Hey guys, so Malcolm here, a new league racing video around Monaco. So I'm going to show you guys my qualifying lap, because qualifying is important here, and it's important that you guys see that I don't cheat, of course, by using the barriers excessively to gain an advantage. So it's all looking clean right now. But in fact, we did do a qualifying session before this, but a few people disconnected, so this was actually our second attempt. So yeah, I did a 1:15.6, just to spoil it a little bit for you guys. At the end, you can fast forward it. It's a bit boring, this part of the video, just watching me drive. But yeah, at the exit of Portier, I hit the barrier, which is not great. Obviously, didn't gain any time at all by doing that. So I can tell you guys that I'm recording this, making this video, a few hours after actually competing in the league race itself. And it was an incredible race, so you guys are in for a treat for the neutral. But yeah, as you can see, my lap is relatively clean, other than the little swipe of the barrier at Portier. And yeah, 1:15.6, it was good enough for P6 on the grid. The usual guys in front, Panache and Jose and Felipe. So lights are out and away we go. And it's an okay start. I actually had a better start in the first race that we did before everyone retired, but still I maintained P6 in this start. As we head up the hill to Beau Rivage and Casino Square, everyone's tyres are a little bit cold or not acclimatized to the race yet, and I seize an opportunity as King of RTA Ben gets a bad exit, but he doesn't see me. So yeah, for me that's a racing incident. I was a bit fuming at this point because I was previously in a really good position when we did the first race, but yeah, I guess it's a racing incident. I've calmed down and I've thought of it like that. Nothing really happened for the next 9 laps. I just did fairly consistent lap times considering the front wing damage I had. But Panache here makes a pit stop. He comes up behind me and he tries to overtake me to turn 1, but he spins. But if you pause it at the apex, I actually make no contact with him. So yeah, definitely not my fault really, I guess. Here Kurdos lets me pass because I'm quicker than him at this phase of the race. I'm thankful to have such a cooperative teammate. However, later in lap 11, I just screw it all up. Going to Anthony Nogues, the corner that is basically like the Baku castle section. I screw it all up and I lose the position back to him, but I do stay in front of Panache, but my front wing damage is getting really bad now. And at the end of this lap, I do decide to pit. However, more chaos ensues before the pit stop as Panache tries to get me at the exit of Portier. An incident similar to mine and Ben's on the first lap, but my steering wheel was straight at the exit and I was trying to get out of the barrier. So yeah, I pit at the end of lap 12, get a new front wing and onto prime tyres. It's really early. I have to do 27 laps on primes, but I have no choice really because of the front wing damage, and the collision with Panache just compounded things. And I come out of the pits, I'm in P9, so it's looking okay, I guess. But if I push and I've got so much clean air in front of me, then I can possibly get an undercut on some of the guys I was racing with earlier on. However, going to Casino Square, I just make a meal of it. I turn in way too early and hit the barrier, and another mistake. I'm just Maldonado at this point of the race. But lap 18, Panache actually destroys his vehicle. I guess I made him so frustrated, angered him so much that he rage quit, and as a consequence a safety car is out. Lap 18 I do gain 1 position as someone pits. Safety car was great for me because that meant that I have to do less racing laps with my tyres, which are going to be dead at the end of the race, having done 27 laps. I gain another position in the pits through Jose with a strategy blunder, who I wasn't even racing with at all early in the race. But I get a penalty here for passing Apesway, who crashed, who did a Romain Grosjean at the Lowe's hairpin. I expect that penalty to be removed. Lap 21, Jose does a beautiful overtake on me. I describe it beautiful because that's the only clean overtake he probably did in this race. But yeah, he passes me there. But then at the end of lap 21, I go side by side with my teammate and they collide at the last corner and I pick up the pieces. He squeezes me to the inside of the pit wall, but I do get both positions back. I've got a podium at this point, which looked really unlikely early on in the race, so I was ecstatic. But here, lap 24, Womack dives it down the inside. I leave enough space for two cars to go side by side, but Womack does hit me and into the barrier I go, but I do retain P3 still. I'm so nervous at this point. My heart is racing as pressure all over the back of me from various drivers. Jose tries to go around the outside of me. That doesn't work. And he gets actually a decent exit, but still I stay in front. At the end of lap 26 and going into lap 27, Jose again gets DRS on this straight, and up the inside he goes, cuts the corner at Saint-Devote, goes side by side up the hill through Beau Rivage, and thankfully I do squeeze through and retain P3. He's getting very angry at this point, Jose, and I can feel it. Lap 28, Jose at the end of the tunnel, and he dives down the inside and showing absolutely no regard and consideration for the corner at all at the Nivelle chicane. He just blasts past me. And I also, although people may say that I would cut the corner, he was at the apex as I turned in, so it was quite difficult to try and not to hit him. So yeah, I expect he gets a hefty penalty for that, because that's not acceptable at all. Lap 30, I'm slower than my teammates, so I do let him pass, as my tyres are really worn, and I expect him to chase after Jose, but he in fact pits. But that's the least of my concerns, because Coutinho is pressuring the back of me. He's trying to go around the outside of me at this curved pit straight, and round the outside Saint-Devote, and he kisses the inside barrier that's sticking out at turn 1 on the outside and crashes into me really. And hopefully that's a penalty for him, because that's completely ruined my race. And as you can see, I'm pitting now and I'm going to rejoin dead last, about 15 seconds behind Apesway in P9. So yeah, that was not very nice at all. My heart just dropped at this point because I knew the race was pretty much over. But here, lap 37, a bit of racing with solidarity for the extra couple of points, as Apesway somehow gets disqualified from the session. I do collide with him, but in fairness, being the sporting driver that I am, I do let him back pass, or I do leave a couple of seconds gap solidarity before continuing to pursue it. Lap 38 through to back, we try to go side by side and we collide. Some people might say that I squeezed solidarity into the barriers and gave him no room on exit. However, on entry we were clearly side by side, and if he pause it at the apex, he does turn into me, and it causes me to hit the inside barrier and rebound into him. So P8 for me then. An okay race in the end, plenty of highs and lows, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But a word on Jose, he passed me illegally on track, and he finished 12 seconds behind the leader in P2 because of how important clean air is in Monaco for a driver like him to show his pace. He clearly benefited off corner cutting, so a 10-second penalty would definitely not be adequate, and he would be rewarded for making an inappropriate and unsporting move. Even after the 10 seconds, he still benefits off it. Therefore, serious action needs to be taken about that. But anyway, it was a good race.